Hi, I'm Anna Celestino.
And I'm Simone Butler.
Welcome to the Cosmic Download for January. We just finished working on the 2016 Cosmic Download, so we've been taking a peek into the big picture for 2016, and boy, did we find some interesting stuff that we can't wait to share with you.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a year of a lot of twists and turns. It's a fascinating year in which we can really move ahead at certain times, and other times where we really need to be extremely careful and pay attention. So I really look forward to sharing that with you in this year-long overview.
So we'll just give you a little hint. The theme that we came up with for 2016 is get on top of your game. And one way that you can do that is by ordering your copy of the 2016 Cosmic Download. Okay, let's get started with January. Simone and I were talking about this, and we both agreed that we feel like we're still in the energy from last year, that we're not done with that yet. And, I can say for myself, I had a big project launch that I was planning on making in January, and everything in what both of us have gotten is that January is not a time for launching anything new. The word I got for January was stillness. It's a time for stillness, minimizing stimulation, really pulling in. And it feels to me like a completion of the energy from last year. We've been through a lot, and this is a time to really rest and recuperate. The affirmation that I got for January was I rest, I renew, and I re-envision. So I think it's a time, not to launch anything new, not to start into anything new really, but to take the time to take care of yourself and also to begin to feel into your new year and see what you want to pull into that and how you want to perform in this upcoming year.
Well, I definitely agree with you, Anna, because I can see this in about 3 different ways astrologically. The first one being that we've been in this sheep year, in terms of the energy of the sheep being still carrying through January. It's a slower kind of an energy. It's more of an integration. And then we jump into the monkey energy in February, which we'll talk about next month.
And that's the Chinese New Year, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And so that's a completely different energy. So there's still the completion of the old year, plus Mercury is going retrograde early in January. And so for the whole month of January, we have the retrograde theme of revising, reworking, continuing on things that we've already been working with, but not necessarily trying to jump forward with something new. And then the other big theme for the month is the Uranus-Pluto square is back. Now, this is the prevailing energy that has really been coloring things since, it was exact in 2012, but even back to 2008 is when we started to feel this cultural change energy coming forth. And truly, it's not complete, and the 2 planets are back within a degree or 2 of this sort of chaotic square. And there are many triggers to that in January, especially right as Mercury goes retrograde from the 5th through the 7th, and then around the full moon, the 20th through the 22nd. These are times when there's liable to be a lot of instability, and there's other triggers throughout the month. So really what we need to do is stay as grounded and as much in our bodies as we possibly can in order to flow with this energy and receive any major downloads or insights that Uranus and Pluto may want to send us, because indeed that is one of the really positive, resourceful aspects of Uranus square Pluto. Is it's all about change and chaos, but that's all for new birth.
That's awesome. Thank you for that. And I'm glad that you brought up the body, because that's one of the things I know you and I had talked about. Gosh, we're in a very stressful world right now. There are a lot of things going on. I don't think anybody can deny the fact that things are intense these days. And I feel more than ever that we really have to take care of our bodies because we have to get that stress out of them. And if we don't do that, it's going to be very hard on our poor physical systems here. So I got a question that came up for me when I was doing the reading, and it was a way to help us get in touch with what we need to do about our bodies this year. And the question was, what was I lacking in self-care last year? So it's an easy way, instead of thinking, oh, well, what do I want to do this year? It's like, well, gosh, what would have really helped me last year if I had just done that? I know for myself, I know what those things are. Better diet, healthier diet, more exercise. Sometimes it's a matter of unplugging and getting away from our technology and really listening to ourselves more. Maybe it wasn't not having enough fun, or maybe it was not enough love in your life, or a lack of inspiration. But what are the things that we needed for self-care last year that if we'd had them, it really would have made a difference? And January is a great time to really think about that and make a plan to move that into 2016.
Right. I totally agree. Although oftentimes people do make these grandiose plans in January and start going to the gym 5 days a week and having high expectations of getting in shape and then get discouraged. And this, of all years, of all Januaries, is a time not to do that. So maybe it's just a matter of getting back to your yoga practice, or making sure you get to bed at a reasonable hour and that you're not watching the news before you try to fall asleep. Oh, my
That's a good one.
It's just time to get serious about doing things, but take it slow and don't try to do too much all at once. It's a long-term plan. You want to make sure you integrate these things into your life rather than try to do too much.
Absolutely. And this is definitely a year not to procrastinate about any of our health care, our self-care. This is not a time to say, I'll do it tomorrow. So one of the things that I think also could be a part of the energy for January is to create instead of a vision board, create a focus board. So ask yourself, what's worth your focus this year? Get it down on paper and keep it somewhere where you can see it every day, like a target. So that's my recommendation of what you can do this month, is create a focus board for 2016.
Well, my recommendation is get a massage, or at least do start trading shoulder rubs with friends or your mate, because we need more touch. All of us need more touch, and that is the thing that is going to really make us feel calm and steady and in our bodies, which is what we need, especially in the month of January.
Perfect. Well, we're really excited to have you with us this month and for the new year, and we look forward to sharing it all with you. Have a great month.
Bye-bye.